After Jesus ascended into heaven to sit down at the right hand of his Father in heaven, the disciples returned to Jerusalem to wait. Why were they waiting? Jesus had commanded them to wait. He said a gift was coming from his Father. So for 10 days they waited. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then, suddenly, on the day of Pentecost, they heard a sound that came from heaven. It was like a mighty rushing wind. It filled the whole house where they were sitting. They saw something that looked like fire in the shape of tongues, and it came to rest on each of them. God, the Holy Spirit, had come, just as Jesus had promised. The Spirit came down on each of them. He was beginning his work in opening their hearts and minds to understanding everything that Jesus had taught them, and to understand everything Jesus had done for them. He was convicting them of their sin and assuring them of God's love and forgiveness. He was guiding them in truth and stirring their hearts to worship and pray to God. The Holy Spirit also gave them the power to carry the mission that Jesus had given them to do. Do you remember what Jesus said they would do by the power of the Holy Spirit?
Yes.
Make disciples?
Yes.
Baptizing them?
Yes.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey all that Jesus had commanded. So when the disciples were filled with the Holy Spirit, they immediately went out to do what Jesus had told them to do. They went out into the city full of joy to share the good news about Jesus. Now, during the festival of Pentecost, Jerusalem was filled with many, many people from all over the world who spoke different languages. But the Holy Spirit gave the disciples the ability to speak in those languages so that everyone could hear the gospel. Isn't that cool?